hop back in. Yeah, I have the old GoPro on a tripod. Okay guys, let's put this engine in. Let's see. I don't know, we can get it in there. I'm just letting it go down slow because I'm by myself. That way I can see before it hits anything. I know it's way too slow, but we don't want to drop this engine on something, right? And today's Friday. So it looks like we might be able to make it to CMI. My goal is just to get this thing bolted up at a late day starting. And honestly, in my opinion, putting a K in this Integra is a lot easier than putting a B. I don't know why. It seems like I have more room. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Let me know down below. This engine seems like it would just go straight down. With B, you kind of have to massage it in place, you know. Is it getting high up on the mount? No, it's going in. Bottoming out, and we don't want to fucking poke a hole on it, right? So we need to find a washer. That strong smell of E85 or M1. Gotta lower it a little bit. That's a little low. See if we can just. Battery's dying. That's why it sounded like cross-threading. It's not gonna tighten it too much. I guess we lower it a little bit. A little persuasion. Oh, we lower it down then. We're gonna keep it loose till we get the third one on, but we gotta get the bracket, the chain off because that's where we put the chain on. See? Instead of jacking it up, we'll just do it this way. Okay, so got the engine mounted. My son will do the rest. I'm sure he can put this together, the rest of it. So yeah, got the engine mounted. Everything's tight except for that one bolt in the back. I just can't reach it. The car's too high up. He's working on the manifold because one of the coolant pipe came off, so I think he's gonna cut it and put the K-tune plate over there. Yeah, so other than that, everything should be good. Next video will probably be us butting everything up, loading it on the trailer, then CMI. So yeah, till next time. morning, guys. So yeah, it's a couple days. It's Tuesday, a couple days after CMI. Car did pretty well. I didn't really record much. I kind of had a incident when I slipped and kind of fell and hit my head. So had a headache all day on CMI. I know I should have been more careful, but long story short, the car on daytime now it's doing 11.7. Before we had to wait for a really good DA nighttime to get a 11-second run. Now during the day, this thing's doing 11.7. Fuel pressure gauge broke and the regulator sprung a leak, so we changed it. We grabbed this off the EG. So we kind of guessed, because this thing was fluctuating, kind of guessed where the fuel pressure would be when we set it. What my son did was just set the wideband on closed loop, and put a target AFR on it. So it kind of adjusted to it. I mean, it ran good on the data log. It was at the target AFR. I don't know what that is because that's him. He's the one that does this. Shout out, special thanks to Andre, the tuner. He basically gave us an updated tune with a little bit more aggressive VTC settings. Got us, I think, another couple degrees. 64 was best, was 1.6 at 11.7. I think it has a little bit more in it, but I mean, it's still stock. The only thing difference now is, it's a different K24, and we did add a 50-degree wheel, as you can see in the video. But other than that, everything's still the same. We had some issues. It had a coolant leak. So at burnout, or I would say high RPM, a little bit of coolant would come out of there. That's why, to prevent it from getting on the track, which this thing somewhat worked miraculously, we just shove a lot of paper towels. We were doing this in between runs. So after the one pass, this much would be soaked. This much would be soaked, and what we would do is I would shove a new set of paper towel, and then kind of box, like put the rag on top of it. Let me just put this on the table. And that worked. That got the drip off the track, so we were able to he made 3 clean passes. The first pass, he had to abort after burnout. Here's the burnout. Yeah, first pass after burnout. He said it was running hot, so he went back to the pits. We bled the cooling system some more, so like you said. As you know in the video, this thing was done late at night. And then when we got it done, we noticed this thing had a leak. So we tried to fix it. We thought we did. But by the time we got done fixing it, it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock. We put it on the trailer. So we bled this, then everything was fine. Second pass, this bolt was a little too short, so it popped off. So the coil pack was coming up, so it sputtered. So that was no good. So we fixed that. After those 2 issues were fixed, third pass, 11.7, 11.8, another 11.8. So we got 3 clean passes on it. And to those people that came up and said hi, shout out to you guys. So I really couldn't talk that much. Like I said, I had a headache. My wife think I had a concussion when I hit my head. I slipped and fell down basically, or tripped, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm fine now. I just basically laid down all day yesterday because I still had a headache. What's next for this car? I think we're gonna run it like this. He is gonna send out the O block. Hopefully after we tear it down, it's still usable. As long as there's no big scores on the crank. If there is, then he needs another crank. So we're gonna send out the block to get sleeve built. So we wanna build a little bit of a high compression all motor K car. So he's gonna send that out, and I think he's gonna port the head himself. And then once that's done, we're gonna put that engine back in here and pull this out. Hopefully we keep this healthy. We all know what 9,000 RPM does to the oil pump. I don't think we're gonna be using this that much. I think one more event next month, maybe a couple Wednesday night, but we might take the EG. So yeah, stay tuned. Next on the video, I think I'm gonna be working on the all-wheel drive turbo. I gotta put that engine or that swap together and build the fuel oil lines and stuff, fuel lines maybe. So yeah, that's next on the video. Until then, see you guys there.